Hi, I'm Dr. Peshkin from Iron Chiro. We are doing our final episode with, I like to call him at this point, Chaga Josh from Life Itself, talking about Chaga. Today we're going to be focusing on skin health and anti-aging, which is extremely popular right now. I mean, with all these med spas everywhere. Also skin health. So how does Chaga kind of help with skincare?
Yeah, two-part. I mean, if you're just somebody who is aging, is anybody not aging, right? We're all aging. It's very helpful because it has a ton of antioxidants. As we covered in previous episodes of this, it has the most antioxidants of any food on the planet. So, and antioxidants are the thing that help to reduce aging, give you longevity, beautify your skin, hair, eyes, nails, all of that. So that's one, is the antioxidant content. But when it comes to things like eczema, that is a autoimmune disorder. So it helps to modulate your immune system because you're attacking yourself, and the way that it's expressing is through eczema. So it will help to downregulate your immune system and help to clear up that eczema. And lastly, acne. It helps acne through detoxification pathways. So Chaga helps all of these different ailments on the skin, not just with one pathway, but going through many different pathways to help heal all different skin ailments.
It's funny, you know, this is our last episode doing this, and the thing that's really interesting is that, especially when it comes to spinal care or posture, is that everything is connected. If your feet are off, then your knees will be off, your ankle will be off, your hips will be off, your shoulder will be off, your neck will be off, everything's off, right? So everything's connected. Same thing, Chaga, everything's connected. Everything we talked about, from muscle recovery, physical performance, detoxification, new neural pathways being developed, endurance, mitochondrial health, everything is kind of connected, right? It's all working together. It's not just this, it's not just taking this for this, it's taking this really for your body and improving life itself.
Yes.
So it's kind of working all together. So now, is there anyone who should not be taking Chaga?
So the only people who should not be taking Chaga are people who are on a high dose of blood thinners and people who are on insulin. Now, I say that with a little bit of an asterisk, because I will say that it's just because of the interaction of Chaga with those medicines that might create a bad scenario. Your blood might get too thin, or your blood sugar might get too low. But what I always say to people is, be willing to explore the idea with your doctor of maybe swapping some of these medicines. Ask them, hey, I just learned about something that might be able to naturally lower my blood sugar or naturally thin my blood. What do you think about this, doc? And just have that conversation with them.
Where are some resources that people can get, you know, current latest research regarding Chaga? I mean, I feel like sometimes people don't realize that, like, there's a lot of information that's already being studied out there. It's almost like in a vacuum, like a secret vault somewhere.
Yeah.
Where can you learn about this?
So I think the best way to do it is, if you're gonna seek it out on the internet, which is pretty much everybody who's gonna look it up. Nobody's gonna go to a library and pull out some books, right? The most current research is gonna be in a peer-reviewed journal. And what that means is somebody has held a scientific study with controls, and it's a good experiment, and they've documented it. So if you want to look up real facts about Chaga, when you Google it or search it on your search engine, look up Chaga peer-reviewed studies. Now that'll just list off all of the newest one or most popular ones, but the more specific you get, so if you're interested in skin health, Chaga peer-reviewed journal skin health, and that will populate all of the good quality scientific information.
Interesting. So in chiropractic school, one of the things we had to do was look at what we're doing and try to support it with evidence-based care. And Iron Chiro here, we use a lot of evidence-based care. Everything we have has literature to support why we do what we do. And we used to call it a PICO search, patient intervention, comparison, and outcome, which is another way you can also use Chaga as well. So patient can be diabetic, the intervention would be Chaga, comparison would be versus insulin, and the outcome would be controlled blood sugars. And then you put Chaga in there, and then I usually do NIH for National Institute of Health to really focus that and then you can really get a lot of information there. Also, you can always use Google Scholar. People don't realize there's Google and there's Google Scholar, and that's going to be all peer-reviewed, and it's going to be a lot more information there going on. That's a little thing for people who are looking at becoming doctors. That's going to help out a lot. Last thing, what's the routine? Like you mentioned, taking it in the morning, at night. Any other thing you can suggest, or someone who's looking to start putting chaga into their daily regimen? Any advice? I know I do coffee or teas. Can you make anything else out of it? Cookies? Is there anything?
It's like to your imagination, really. I've made miso broths with it and made soup with like chaga as the broth base. I've done things like made cookies and brownies with the leftover chaga grounds.
Okay.
You can get as creative as long as you get it into your system, it's going to be doing the work. I will say that the two most impactful times I said is the morning and night, but that's because it's when your stomach is emptiest. So if you're drinking chaga in your coffee in the morning, likely you haven't had any food in your stomach yet, and that's why it can activate, and that's why you can feel the effect a lot easier, right? A side note about putting it in your coffee is a vasodilator, which expands your blood vessels, which actually aids the absorption of the chaga, which is a good thing too. So if you do drink coffee, it's a good idea to put your chaga into that. But lastly, at night, a couple hours after your last meal, maybe the last thing that you have before you go to bed, a nice cup of chaga tea, or make a little chaga latte with maybe some nut milk and some honey and heat it up, and have your chaga before you go to sleep. Deep, restful sleep, great detoxification. You're gonna wake up feeling so much better.
Great. So in this bottle right here, how many days or mornings or nights would this bottle cover?
So this is a 16 serving bottle. So if you're doing the twice a day, this will last you a week plus one.
Okay.
Yeah, plus two.
Okay, and so tell us, where can we get this magic? And also, do you do a pill form of this, or is it just liquid?
So it's just liquid, and that's a great question because this is the highest potency extract that you can have, is the living liquid extract. Anything that is powder is not going to have the same effect. So that's why we always commit to having the liquid extract.
And what's the shelf life on this?
So this is over a year good in the fridge.
Wow.
Yep.
Refrigerator.
Refrigerator.
Not on the shelf.
That's right.
Okay, refrigerator. After I open it?
After you open. Before you open, you can leave it out. After you open, put it in the fridge.
Put it in the fridge. Okay, great. And tell us a website. How do we get this?
Well, so my favorite place to get it is Iron Cairo. I walk in, very easy. You just say, I'm looking for a chaga, and they'll have the bottles right there for you. If it's more accessible for you to do it online, our website is thisislifeitself.com.
Awesome. And also there is a link below. Make sure you like and subscribe this video. I don't even know if this is going to be on a platform where you can like and subscribe, but if there's a button or something over here, press it, get more information. But there should be a link there as well with a coupon. Just how much does this run typically?
This is $25.
$25?
Yep.
And you get all those benefits for $25.
All of those benefits for $25.
That's like multiple supplements in one thing.
That's right. You'll be able to reduce all the supplements that you take. This could be your master supplement if you wanted it.
That's going to be the master supplement.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we're listening to Josh, Chaga Josh from Life Itself, the creator of Life Itself. So it's pretty powerful words right there. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully you enjoy the series. And Josh, has been awesome. This has been a lot of fun, dude. Appreciate it,
man.
See you soon.